Hello everyone, this is Pam, Rose City Stitcher, coming to you with my August update and my September plans for cross stitch. This is a channel for cross stitch, so if you enjoy cross stitch, this is the place to be. Thanks for popping in and letting me show you a little bit about what I've been working on. I appreciate you stopping by. I finished one project and started two and worked on just a couple others. I didn't do a lot of stitching in the month of August because that's when school started. For those of you that haven't been here before, I'm a first grade teacher, so August, of course, was very busy. Things are already starting to calm down a little bit, so I'm hoping I'll get more stitching done in September. So anyway, as you can tell, I'm ready for fall. I've already decorated for fall because I'm in Texas and it's hot, and I'm hoping to bring on some fall weather. So anyway, so I'm going to go ahead and get started. The first thing I want to show you is my finish. I do have one finish, and that's Hive Rules. And this is on historic beige, 28 count, and it's a long one. So there it is. I absolutely love it on this fabric. It turned out so good. Put it in so you can kind of see it. So I enjoyed this one a lot. So there's my Hive Rules. This is by Primrose Cottage. Last month I had finished Christmas Rules, and I'm working on Autumn Rules, which you'll see in a minute. So that's my one finish. And then, let's see, should I show you my starts? I'll go ahead and show you my two new starts. Okay, my one new start, which I think I, excuse me, mentioned this, that I was going to try to get back to stitching on the 13th, stitch a Halloween piece, and the 25th, stitch on a Christmas piece, and on the 4th, stitch on a patriotic piece. Well, I did remember the 13th and did stitch a Halloween. And what I did, I started the buttons and beads into the woods that I had recently purchased. Mill Hill kit. And I have a very small little start on it. So I started on one of the cats. So there's a little bit of a start. I just stitched on it that one day, so I didn't get a whole lot done. So that was a start. And then on Instagram they were talking about a Salem Sisters Apothecary Sal, patterned by Primrose Cottage, which I did have and had wanted to start, so I decided I would join in on that. So I started that Salem Sisters Apothecary, like I said, by Primrose Cottage. And I love this fabric. This was a fabric I had in my stash. It's called Badlands. It's on a 16 count. And I got a pretty decent start on it. So, like I said, I love this fabric. Pretty cool. I think it's going to look good on this. So, it's all stitched with Coal by Weeks Dye Works, but I am going to change the potions. I'm going to put purple inside the potion bottles just to add a little bit of color to it. So, not sure when I'll get back to this one, but definitely we'll be stitching it in October. So those were my two starts. And then the ones that I worked on, actually I did, this was what I did on the 4th of July. Not 4th of July, on the 4th of August. I did remember that. I stitched on Star Spangled Street, also by Primrose Cottage. I love Primrose Cottage. She's one of my favorite designers. This is on the 28 count tea-dyed Monaco. And the only thing I stitched was this little bit here of the quilt. I'd started on the quilt. So, like I said, I just had that one day and I didn't have a lot of time. So, I just did a little bit of that. And then on Sundays is Sabbath stitching. So that's what I stitched on most of my Sundays. And it's This I Know by Plum Street Samplers. And this is just on Mushroom Lugana, 28 count. And I just did a few more leaves. And then I didn't stitch on it last Sunday because I don't have all the colors. I ran out of this green. I don't have the brown to stitch the bird, to stitch that part. So I don't know that I'll stitch on it today. I didn't even say what the date was today. Today is September 3rd, Sunday. So I should be stitching on this today, but I don't know if I will, unless, I don't know if I have the color for the steeple. Maybe I can count over there and do that. So I'm going to need to order some more thread. So that was that one. And then on Friday, I always stitch full coverage Friday. And I've been working on my Spring to Life, Quick Stitch Spring to Life by Hannah Lynn. You've seen a lot of this if you've watched my channel. Because that's the one thing I do stick to. Every Friday night, I'm ready to pull this one out. So, and you're going to see a little bit more because I stitched on it this past Friday, which was the 1st. So, you're going to see an extra Friday. So there I am. I'm at 59%, which is super exciting. So, just picking a color there's a lot of and stitching on it. You can't tell, but I have stitched some of her face, but it's 819 and 3865, so it's kind of hard to see those. But some of that has been stitched. And that may be what I work on next, is just finish out those two colors, because there's a lot of 3865. So that may be what I do next, is just try to finish up that. I've been stitching some of these blues up here. So it's coming together. I do plan to finish this year, and I feel like I can do that. This is just September, 4 months. I think I can do it. I may have to, do some monogamous stitching on it a couple weekends or something to really make some headway. But it's getting there. And that's all. That's all I stitched on for the month of August. So I knew this was going to be a short video as far as my update. So I'm going to show you my plans, which are pretty involved because I'm doing ABCingo. That's with the Magazine Monthly Challenge group on Facebook. You basically stitch 100 stitches or an hour every day on a certain letter that Caesar Stitch will call every night for the next day. So far I've been on track with that. It worked out really good because on the 1st she called Q, so that fit with this, my Quick Stitch Spring to Life. That was my Q, so that fit right in with what I normally do. So kind of got a preview of that. So I'm going to go ahead and show you what my projects are. I tried to double up a lot, so there's not, and there's only 25 letters in the bingo board, so one letter is left out, and this year they left out T. So here's my bingo board. You can see I did Q. Yesterday was R, so I'll show you that one in a minute. So, but yeah, I've got 14 projects because I tried to double up where I could, so I could spend more time on some projects. So I'll just show you what those are, and these are just kind of in random order. So I've got Haunted House Trio by Waxy Moon Designs, and this is my H for haunted, my V because I'm going to assume that these are vampire bats, and W for waxing. So this will be 3 different calls that I'll get to work on this. And I had done the first one, and so I'm starting my next one. So that's where I'm starting at. So I should get pretty good with having, 3 different days to do it. And these I usually am just setting my timer for an hour. I don't like counting stitches. The only one I count stitches for is my ones that are on Pattern Keeper. So I'll just stitch an hour, unless it's something that's real easy to count the 100 stitches. So that's for 3 of my letters. Oh, and then my quick stitch spring to life, that one is going to be my L for Hannah Lynn, and then of course the Q for quick stitch. So that's gonna be, that one will be pulled out again. Okay, next is Gathering Acorns, and this is by Cottage Garden Samplings, and this is going to be pulled out 3 times. G for gathering, C for cottage garden, and then S for squirrel, because I really like this one and I really wanted to excuse me work on this one. And this is on Frappuccino by Hand Dyed Fabric by Rolanda, a 14 count. I love this fabric. Looks really good. So this one will get a lot of love this month. Then I have it's also Sampler September, which I wasn't thinking about that when I was pulling my projects, but this one is a sampler, so that works for that also. This is the Antique Bee Sampler by Elizabeth's Needlework Designs. So this is my it's my B for bee sampler, E for Elizabeth, and then F for the flowers. So this one will also be pulled 3 times. And I've got a little bit of it. This is on Historic Beige. And there's my start. So 3 days on this, I should have some pretty decent progress. So there's. Okay, and I've got, let's see, this is, Trick or Treat by Prairie Schooler. And Trick or Treat. This is my O for or. A little bit of trouble with that one. This one is a very, very tiny start. So hopefully we'll be able to get something done on that. Is that even going the right way? Yeah, that's right. So only be 1 day, but at least maybe I can get a little bit done. And this is on a hand-dyed fabric that I don't know, but I like it. Next is, let's see, Blue Jay by Mill Hill Kit, Buttons and Beads, and this is my J for Blue Jay. And there's the good progress on that one, so I expect to make some good progress. This is Fox. This is my X. This X was kind of a hard one to do. And this, another country cottage. And this is on Color and Cotton Tombstone, 16 count. And this also has just the smallest of starts. And then this I know, my Sabbath piece, that's going to be my K. So I'll be pulling that out for one of those. And then I've got Gourmet ABCs. That's going to be my Z for the alphabet A to Z. This is the one that I've wanted to finish for like the last 3 years, and I never quite make it, but you can see it's got a lot done. So maybe I can finish 1 block on the day that I do that. Okay, and I've got, this is my last one. This is Witch Next Door. Again by Primrose Cottage. Witch Next Door is going to be my D and my N for door and for next. So this will get 2 days, which is good because this doesn't have much progress. This is on 28 count Haunted by Picture This Plus. And that's it. Tiniest to start. So hopefully 2 days on that and you'll be able to see that it's something. And then I forgot to bring them with me. I've got 2 new starts, I think. Let's see which was, so I showed, oh, Autumn Rules. Got another one. Autumn Rules is going to be 3 letters. A for Autumn, R for Rules, and P for Primrose. And this is the one that's on the Q Snap because I was working on it. Of course, I worked on it yesterday for R. So that was on the Q Snap already. So I'll show you that. You kind of get a preview. So I did this row last night. So I did a lot more than an hour. We actually sat and watched a movie. And so I stitched on it for 2 hours and 15 minutes because that's how long the movie was. So I was happy with that. And that'll still be pulled 2 more times. So let's see. All right, so I had Autumn Rules, Antique Beast Sampler, Gathering Acorns, Witch Next Door, Haunted House Trio. My Into the Woods, that's going to be my I for Into and M for Mill Hill. So that'll be pulled out 2 more times. Then my Blue Jay, This I Know, Quick Stitch. Okay, and then I have 2 new ones. So if you hang tight for just a second, they're in my basket that's right over there. I'll go get those because I'd like you to get to see those. So hang on just a second. Okay, I'm back. Okay, so for my Y is going to be a new start, and that's going to be my yard sauce. Works perfect because I've been wanting to start this one, and it gives me an excuse. So this one will be my Y. Yippee yay. And then for my U, I was again super excited because I can start my new Bella Filipina because that starts with U. Again, I don't really know how to say her name. Yerduja. So yeah, I'll get to start her for U. I'm really hoping that U gets called on a weekend so I can really get a good start. And this is going to be on this beautiful fabric, 28 count Picture This Plus Mystic. That's going to be so beautiful. So I cannot wait to get started on that. So that's pretty much my September plans. They've kind of been made for me by Sezik Stitch. So there's only 25 calls, and of course there's 30 days in September. So that does give us 5 days of wiggle room for us to do one that maybe we didn't get to if there's a day that, we're not able to get to one. So that's kind of why I wanted to do it, because I knew if I had some busy days, I could still catch up at the end of the month. So I'm really excited about this. I kind of lost my stitchy bug a little bit with being so busy with school. And this, I can tell, has already revived me. I'm really happy with the projects. You can tell I tried to do mostly all my fall projects because that's what I'm in the mood for, and just filled in other projects kind of where I had to. So I'm super excited about September and getting a lot of stitching done and a lot to be able to show y'all at the end of the month. So let me show you some haul. I actually had no haul until yesterday. Yesterday I went to Half Price Books and they had 20% off everything, and so they actually had a whole bunch of cross stitch patterns that were only $2, and then they were 20% off that. So I've got some patterns to show you. If you heard that noise, that was my son coming in. Okay, so the first one I really liked was this Watermelon by American School of Needlework. It's an older chart, but I really liked it. I thought it had some cute designs in it. Then I got this one, It came out of the World of Cross Stitching magazine. How does your garden grow? I thought that was really pretty on that black. Jewels from the Garden, designs by Barbara Batts Hillman, Leisure Arts. That's this one, and all of those. I like that one. They had several of the Victorians Across America, Debbie Patrick designs, which I love her designs. And these are 3. I haven't checked yet, but I don't think I have any of these. So I have this one, the Ray House. I love the blues, and I love how the looks like the shape of a heart there. The Betchel House in Nebraska. This one I love the purples. It probably looks more gray to you, but it's purples. And then this is the Kimberly Crest in Redlands, California. This one I really like that in the middle. So I got those. Seaside Victorian Cottage, designed by Linda Bird by Design Connections. Got 2 seaside cottages like that. Then I don't know if I had this already, but for $2 I was willing to buy it again. If I already have it, I'll just use it as a giveaway. Paula Vaughn, Pillows from Paula's Garden. And I love this on the cover. I love the flowers. And then there's some more. So beautiful, beautiful. And then this one I just absolutely love. This is the Rose Alphabet by Donna Vermillion Gampa. And look at that. Isn't that beautiful? All the different types of roses. I just love this. I can see myself doing this sooner. Yeah. Pretty, pretty. So that was all of my haul this month. I've done really good. I've tried not to spend very much money and just enjoy what I have. Okay, so the last thing to talk to you about real quick are books. I didn't read very many books at all in the month of August. I only read 4, which is kind of unheard of for me. I read a lot more than that usually, but I had very little reading time. But I did finish one that was really, really good that I want to share with y'all. And that is it's a Christian historical fiction. It's called When the Day Comes by Gabrielle Meyer. This is a time travel. She lives in 2 different timelines. She lives in 1774, so she lives right before the American Revolution, and then 1914, right at the beginning of World War I. And each day she's living in one of the different timelines, but the time doesn't change. Nobody knows she's gone. It's just like she wakes up in one timeline, and the next day she wakes up back in the other timeline. And so when she turns 21, she gets to choose which timeline she wants to be in. She'll stay up past midnight, and whatever timeline she's in, then that's the one that she's chosen that she wants to live in the rest of her life. And she's like almost 21. She's just like a year away when the book opens. So you see her follow, trying to decide the timeline she wants to be in and kind of what's going on in the world in those 2 timelines. It was very, very good. It was a very, very, very good book, and a very interesting twist at the end that I really didn't see coming at all, which made it even better to me. So if you like that type of thing, this was really, really good. And there is a sequel that I bought yesterday at Barnes & Noble, and I'm sure it'll be just as good. I've already bought. In this moment, this is about her daughter, and her daughter actually lives in 3 timelines. So that's going to be real interesting. She lives in 1861, 1941, and 2001. So Civil War, World War II, and then, of course, 2001. So I'm looking forward to starting this today. So anyway, so if you're interested in those, I just thought I'd share that with you as far as books go. So that's all that I have to show you today. I knew I didn't have a whole lot. I was glad to show you the ABCingo. That made the video a little bit longer. So let me know if you have any questions about anything, or if you want to join that monthly challenge. You can join it on Facebook. If you want to join in, it's still early enough to where you could do that. She just asks you a few cross-stitch questions, and then you can join us. So with that, everybody have a great rest of the weekend. Happy Labor Day to those that live in the States and hopefully have tomorrow off like I do. I'm looking forward to it, and I'll see you the end of September. Bye.